fighting enemies that way. That's kind of cool. It's a daily power, and since it was kind of hard to etch daily skills into an MMO, I think they've just pretty much made it so that you recharge your daily power after you've done so much damage or whatever. And then you can use it, and they're usually area of effect. And these guys, it shows you where they're going to hit and whatnot. They're doing this sticky web bullshit in here right now. And I tell you right now, I don't really appreciate it. Oh, another, like, those guys must have, like, hatched out of him or something. And that looks like a magical amulet. See, I like the drop rate on this a lot better than Vindictus. Terra doesn't have a very bad drop rate at all. But Vindictus, you get an actual monster drop, like every once in a blue moon. It's mostly all really relies on you crafting your own equipment or buying it from the pricey auction house. The auction house on this is kind of weird too. You go buy a special currency and it's different from gold and silver and copper and whatnot. Oh, goody. This is in, like, French, or... yeah, looks like French. And he looks like Gandalf with a hangover. Okay. Don't really know what I'm supposed to say to him. Apparently that. Maybe. You always want to click the orange words because they're always like the way you proceed in the quest, and I just really have no earthly idea what I'm doing right now since I mistakenly clicked a quest in a foreign language. But that orb is apparently taking me somewhere. But my first thoughts for this game, it doesn't live up to D&D as much as I would have liked to seen, because true Dungeons and Dragons should be more like Elder Scrolls, whereas you don't really have to devote your character to, like, my guy right now is a tank, of course, because he uses a sword and a shield. But if you're not really familiar with D&D, it's more like, okay, you make a character, let's say you went human barbarian, they're skilled in, I think, you know, two-handed basic weapons. They're called martial weapons in D&D. But you can use, like, any melee weapons, and dual wielding is a feat. They had a feat called Monkey Grip, actually. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted and talking and not multitasking. Monkey Grip allowed you to use two-handed weapons in one hand so that you could dual wield, like, great swords and great axes and stuff. This is more, you get a character that uses one style, and you're using stuff that's based around that, like me with sword and shield here. That could change. We're still in open beta. I do want to show you real quick though. You could spend like an hour just looking at some of this shit. Powers, even though it is class restricted, you do get a lot of stuff. You get a lot of combat powers. This is what I've unlocked so far. There's combat challenges. It hasn't explained that to me yet because I haven't gotten a high enough level, I guess. But you get these, and they're racial. So as a half-orc, my critical hits do 5% more damage. And I gain a 10% bonus to run speed for 3 seconds when I enter combat. And I can only do that once every 20 seconds. I get Dungeoneering, which is good for, you know, looting items, stuff like that. Tactical, I think, is aligned with the class that I chose. There's feats. Feats in this aren't really set up like traditional D&D, really. Unless it's just based on 4.0, because I really haven't played 4.0 that much. But it's got a handful of stuff that you can do. A skill tree is nothing like Path of Exile by any means, because that's more like a skill forest. I can use my daily. My shield is so shiny. You just see, like, as I move, the light is just reflecting off of it. Weird. The storyline of this game is there's a female necromancer that's going around and bringing the undead up out of the ground and causing chaos, and you catch wind of it. You have to go out and stop it. Stop the evil necromancer from taking over Faerun. Decent chunk of damage to the body. There is identify scrolls like Diablo. You can come across some unidentified loot every so often. Ooh, I think that's my first ring. They also drop potions relatively generously, which is nice. Campfires you can normally stand around and they will heal you, regenerate your life, but obviously not that one. That's probably because it pretty much belongs to enemies. But as far as this mission goes, this is pretty fun. I'm just going around and taking out these mercenaries that are here for a reason that I don't know, since I can't read French. But it's basically, I mean, it's like D&D. It just kind of allows you to become the dungeon master. I can't wait to try. If they don't plan to come out with a full launch of the game anytime soon, I might have to go ahead and become a donator. I'm not sure how much money it is that you have to put in, but it will unlock Drow and probably allow you to make levels if you can't already, because I haven't really dug too deep into it. but
You can't stop us!
definitely not many games that allow you to make your own level. There is one. It's actually browser-based, and I don't even remember what it's called, to be honest. One thing that's kind of important about this guy that I forgot to even mention is you hold shift and you shield. I'm gonna assume that it doesn't do too much magic. But see, I've been staying at 5 potions throughout basically this whole level, so you don't really have to worry too much about running out of potions and dying. I'm not sure I've ever even died yet in this game. I'm not saying it's too easy because it's getting pretty difficult. I've done some of the main quest, did the main quest up to level 5, and that was when I started. I hit level 6 off the last player-made quest that I did, and this looks like it's going to bring me to level 7. Oh. Inventory full. Oh, another thing that I wanted to bring up was there was also D&D Online, which was based around Devorian, and I didn't like it, really. And it's because there was really no, there's really no enemy loot, unless you're doing a quest, and they only drop quest items. I thought the mechanics in the game were great. I liked how if you went to jump on a ledge or something, you actually grabbed it, and you could climb the rest of the way up on a ledge or anything like that. But I did not like how you had to be a thief to steal stuff, or a rogue or whatever. And this one you actually get thievery kits, there's nature kits, and they allow you to get loot in different ways. Dungeoneering, like I said, I'm pretty sure is with the class.
No! With NeverWinter!
But I thought the thievery kits were pretty cool. A lot of the stuff that I've found in thieving and dungeoneering and stuff like that is crafting material. So you can craft your own weapons and armor and stuff. I always really like that. Oh, wow. He looks like a force to be reckoned with, doesn't he? That is one big guy. Okay, don't I have a target? Get your happy ass away from that giant knight, Correct. Got 2 hexers and a really pissed off Barry Bonds knight. Oh, sweet Mother Mary and Jim Carrey. This is a kind of an epic battle, even though they're not doing too much damage on here. I had to use a couple of potions. With my devoted cleric, instead of using the shield, when you hit shift, you actually dash forward. You can also do it if you double tap W, because it's WASD to move around. As you can see, I can't do it with this guy. I was just checking to see if it's a universal truth. Wow, have you seen how many amulets I've got? That's kind of crazy. We got a smiting amulet, unidentified amulet that I'm going to identify right now. Recovery and deflection. Power and armor penetration. Power. Armor penetration. That is pretty balanced right there, so I'm going to wear that. That just gives me 7 deflection. +1. Wow, that's an improvement, defense-wise. Don't really look any different, but they're better protection anyway. And I do think they're shinier. This game, when you're just in your general little stance here, you got the HUD, you can't zoom in or out with the mouse wheel. You have to hit B. And then it's got the whole NeverWinter thing there at the bottom right corner. And all you gotta do is hit B and you're out of that. Really? No, I think I can. You just have to believe in yourself. Alright, and when you level up, you can hit U and it'll tell you what you've unlocked. As far as your skills go. Stuff like that. Will you quit trying to burn me? That is uncalled for. Eat this. Let's see. I'm gonna give something up because I've got a bunch of stuff for Control Wizard. I'm not a Control Wizard, so I don't need it. And it's low level stuff, so I doubt I'm gonna get anything for it at auction or anything like that. Sure, why not? And because that's green, I'm gonna be just about willing to bet money that it's gonna be better than the one that I've got. I keep wanting to hit B because in a lot of games B is bag. For the inventory, power, and critical strike. That is... wow. I think it even looks different than the belt that I had before. Yes. Cool. More burly knights. This is kind of a long player-made mission, isn't it? And I just got some mail. Maybe it's a free gift from their wonderful game. Oh, don't kill me. Please don't kill me. There we go. Oh. Thought it glitched out, but no, he's standing there just waiting to get me. I actually started out my whole gaming career with RuneScape, and I know that's kind of embarrassing because, like, nobody likes RuneScape anymore. I'll still get on it from time to time, but nowadays, I've never really liked WoW, so you won't see me putting up any videos of WoW. I'm really more into the action combat, and that's one of the reasons I got really excited, because like I said, I heard about this game in high school, but I didn't actually see anything for it until just about a week before I found out it was entering open beta. So I just started it. It just came into open beta yesterday, and I just started, and now, okay, now I'm playing it and I'm really enjoying it. I had no idea until the other day, though, that it was going to be this fast-paced action combat, and I think that's pretty cool. That's my daily. Be good to level that up because that does a very decent chunk of damage. Okay. This has almost got the same feel to it as the sewers in Oblivion, in a way. You're coming out of the starting area. But I'm seeing dead bodies everywhere, and that's not the most welcoming thing I've ever seen. And you can just, you know, say what you will about the whole quest guide thing. It's got kind of like a whole Fable style, this is where you go next type of quest. Eat that. I'm gonna get on in another video too. After this mission, I'll probably put a video up on my devoted cleric. If you guys would be interested in seeing that, because the devoted cleric, I think, is a very cool magic-oriented class. And I have not seen an actual mana bar on here, so I think basically got an unlimited amount of like stamina or mana or whatever you use. And you just have cooldown times, and that's the way they balance it out so you're not too broken. I thought I figured out more space than that. Two of those, I don't need to. That's better than what I've got. Ah. Took the shine out of it. His name is Leather. Or her name is Leather, and she doesn't know how to attack. One too many chromosomes, because I'm glad she can't die, because she just kind of sat there and took it. Here we go again with the French. Okay. Apparently I did the right thing to proceed. But these quests can be pretty long. The last player quest that I did was just pretty much going through, I think it was called Bloodbath. And it's exactly what it sounds like, a bloodbath. You go through a dungeon, there's all kinds of enemies everywhere, and that's kind of like what this is. Only this seems like it actually has a better storyline than the last one that I played, even though I can't read it. I'm kind of getting the basic conception of the quest. And it's It's not bad. I myself am not trying to boast or anything, but I'm pretty good with the whole writing fantasy stories, so I would definitely like to make one of these for myself, and then maybe one of you guys could even get on here and post a video of you playing my campaign that I make. Those are actually worth a decent amount of money, so I don't want to sell them. Injury kits. That's not worth a damn. I just need to start clearing out stuff that's not worth money. Hardly any money anyway. Okay, that gives me some room for a few minutes. And that's locked, so I'm probably going to need to level up before I can use it. And I don't even like it as much as the belt that I have on right now. Anyway, onward. I miss the sheen my shield had. I like how the potions just kind of automatically heal 1,000 health, so you're pretty much in good shape after you drink a potion. Just gotta kind of keep them handy at all possible. I'm not trying to do anything that needs charges. Some of the stuff that I'm getting, if I can, would definitely be put to good use on my other character. I'm hoping that they have like a shared storage system in town or something. I haven't really taken the time to look for one yet. Feel free, if you happen to watch this video, comment, tell me ways to improve, tell me if you liked it, tell me if you sat and got bored to death halfway through it and tuned out. I will take the criticism. I just used a potion and there's a campfire that regenerates right over there. I've got 2 potions left. Or unidentified values. See what I mean about these drops? It's kinda cool. Level 8, and that's worth the switch. But if you've ever played that D&D online boring, it's a lot like this combat-wise. I mean, that's why I say I think this is what that game should have been, because I was so stoked when I heard about DDO. And I actually had a teacher in high school that swore by it, so that it was an awesome game. And I played it, and I'm like, this just isn't my style. I like to kill things, fight challenging battles, reap rewards from it, and get better equipment. And that's just not what that game did for you. I mean, you found a treasure chest at the end of each level. And it wasn't enough to appease me. There was not a wide enough range of what you wanted. I think it followed D&D a little bit more stats-wise and stuff like that. But that's about all I got for them. Arcana Kit, that's the first one of those I've gotten. Getting sick of your shit, prisoner of vows. Look at all this loot. I'm gonna become over encumbered before I even get a chance to take all this stuff. Symbol. Oh. I don't know. I don't even think that that's class restricted. Where'd it go? I still like my equipped belt better. Where did that... I got a symbol of something, rather. Astral Diamonds, I was saying earlier how the auction has a different currency. It's the Astral Diamonds. When you sell things, you get that. Okay. Symbol of Tempest. That's kind of cool. That looks like a relatively rare drop. I can't say for sure, but it's the impression I get from it anyway. And I'm already full. My shield is halfway decent, so I could try to get something for it. That's not really worth it because it's not even green. I should just go through and... I mean, typical RPG game rule. If something isn't like blue or green, if it's just a normal piece of weapon or armor, it really isn't worth your time. Inventory space. All it's gonna do is weigh you down. And I'm out of potions. There I was talking about how often it likes to drop you potions, and I find myself without potions next to death. So if I die, I'll conclude this video, and my next one will be about my devoted cleric. But I might be able to get myself out of this situation and come out victorious. That's what's gonna happen. Oh. Till they just start chasing me. Show no mercy. Run, run, run. If I can get back here. Can you not charge in combat? That's what it's looking like. Look at my health. My dear sweet God. Will you get off my case, buddy? Sweet Chris Cornell. Well, that concludes my first video for NeverWinter Online. Just kind of shows you what it's about. I hope you enjoyed it.